Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another Abs Daily News with our hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 172. What do you have on the menu, coach, today? First of all, Josh Anderson, Juraj Slafkovsky, and the Martin Saint-Louis, the Rubik Cube. Don't go nowhere, and let's dive in about the first subject of the day. The first subject, guys, is about the ad news that we heard this morning. Josh Anderson got a 2-game suspended, obviously, after he did a boarding against Alex Pietrangelo last Saturday between the Montreal Canadiens versus the Vegas Golden Knights. We know Montreal lost by the score of 6-4, and it's unfortunately, but honestly, it's happened sometime in hockey. Here, what the NHL said about Josh Anderson.
This is boarding. Anderson has been neither fined nor suspended previously in his 400-game NHL career. The Department of Player Safety has suspended Josh Anderson for 2 games.
So this is the verdict about Josh Anderson. So the next 2 games, again, the Detroit Red Wings, and the next night, again, the Vancouver Canucks, Montreal Canadiens cannot use Josh Anderson. But I want to go a little bit more deeper about Josh Anderson, guys. I want to talk about today, guys. He struggles in the beginning of the season. He shifted the line many times from the top to the second to the third. He have 3 goals so far with 2 assists, 5 points. It's too high. It's 14-22. It's below his average since he played in NHL. He was a little bit more over 15 minutes. And one thing I want to mention to you guys, a little bit a graphic I like to use to explain a little bit more information about the players. This is what he does, Josh Anderson, since the beginning of the season. On most of those situations, guy, is a 5-on-5. 0.79 expected goal per 60-minute play in 2022. 3 goals from the 2.02 expected goals during the 153-minute he played. 2.00 expected goal after adjusting for shooting talent. The predict shooting talent is 1 below average for 2022. And that's what you got for Josh Anderson. I'm not done here, guys, because I have another graphic for you. The shooting percentage, guys, is at 12.5%. Percent of the shot on the net is at 62.5. Average shot distance is at 26.9. And this guy is far what we would like him to be more to the high danger scoring chance. Expected goal per shot is 0.084. Expected goal per shot after adjusting for shooting talent is 0.083. Percent shot that generate rebound shot, guy, is 0. So every time you shoot the puck on the net, you have no rebound shot. That's another biggest problem. Percentage shot frozen by the goalie is 16.7%. That's what, guys, it's about Josh Anderson. Here, what my taking I have for you guys. Listen, he became, in my eyes, a bottom 6 player. He cannot carry on to play on the top 6 forward, in my eyes. He needs to shot more on the net. Right now, he's below his average shot he used to do during a season, during his career. HABS should think trade him at some point. And it says I open up a little bit more my view here. Listen, guy, he has 5 more years to go. 5.5. He's not an unicorn player, but a 6'3" size with a 220 pounds can score about 18, 20 goals per year. And really maybe possibility to have a guy like him as a fortune can hit during the playoff, could be attract at some point other teams. So possibly Montreal could thinking at some point during the traded line, thinking to maybe say, wait a minute, we're not maybe to get him until he's 32, 33 years old at the end of his contract. Possibly never going to play again like the way he does. Listen, he never played a full year season like 4 years ago. And his average about 18 goals, 19 goals per year. We'll be interested what he's going to do, Montreal Canadiens. But right now, my point to you to talking about Josh Anderson, it was more about his 2-game suspension. Let's move on now, guys, for the next subject of the day. My next subject, guys, I want to talk about Juraj Slafkovsky. I think Slafkovsky does a great job with the Montreal Canadiens. For one thing I know, his number on analytics are excellent. He already have 3 goals in the beginning of the season. And then I want to share it with you. Slafkovsky is eligible for 2 slides. The moment he play in 10 NHL game in a single season, he is no longer slide eligible and his 3-year contract officially begin. So what I want to bring to you guys, if we play Tuesday night against the Detroit Red Wings, but this now is going to burn a year of his contract ELC. Can the Montreal holding? I don't think so. We know they like him. I think his progress is developed since the beginning of the season. So he's going to burn his year. Nothing wrong with that. If they feel he's going to be with the Montreal all year long, I think that's really valuable. And at the end of the day, guy, he can leave at 30 game. He still have a 30 game in NHL, whatever the number of the game he play. I think that's a great opportunity for him to consist, to learning, to get better with the Montreal Canadiens. Now, here's the way I make a couple of information for you guys about his usage, about his TOI, and everything like this. Let's start in with this one over there. This is that since his 9 game he played already in NHL. Number of the shift he used 14, 15, 15, 12, 15, 15, 16, 10 the game last week, and then 17 the last game. And the reason I mentioned to you guys is because I think it's really important to recognize Slafkovsky so far. He played an average of 11 minutes, 35 seconds, the lowest from all the forward. And for the Montreal Canadiens, he played an average of 14 shifts per game since the beginning of the season. And I think I want to bring to you one more thing. He played with a weak line. And I don't want to be negative for Evans, Pitlick, and Hoffman. But right now, I want to maybe see another perspective of what Slafkovsky can do for the Montreal Canadiens. As maybe the time for him to move him to another line. First of all 3 lines does not work. So whatever just Slafkovsky play not on the 4 line, that's going to hurt the team anyway. And I think that's very important to understand that. Here my thinking, guys, about Juraj Slafkovsky. Increasing his TOI, time on the ice. He has no reason he can play 13, 14, 15 minutes with the Montreal Canadiens. Take him more responsibilities. When I said that, use him more on the power play. He have an average, well, not an average, he played only 2 minutes, 35 seconds power play since the beginning of the season. He already have 1 goal on power play. And then for me, because you want to protect him, not play against opponent team line the best, I think you should use him as the 3rd line right now. Nothing wrong to put him right now with Monahan and put down Hoffman or Drouin. I feel like it's time for Martin St. Louis to turn around and put Slafkovsky more on the ice with better hockey players. Remember, guys, a story about the World Championship last season when he played on the 4 line for the team Slovakia. They put him on the 1st line, and right away, he make other players better. And I think for me, that's the way you should do with him. I understand they don't want to put him on the 1st line. I will be hesitate right now, 2nd line. But let's start him with the 3rd line, see what he look like. Why not testing him? I think it's time for Martin St. Louis to take him to another way. Then I want to finish with this one, guys, is the good and number analysis I watch and I check every game Slafkovsky play are really good about him. His X goes for, his CF4 percentage is really good. And I think it's something we need to understand, and Martin St. Louis should use him more. Then he should improve at 2 areas for me. He had only 9 shots, guys. Since the beginning of the season, it's almost like 1 shot per game. And he scored 3 of them. So he have a shooting percentage of 33.3. Too high, but he needs to shoot more on the net. I think it would be more better for him if you have an opportunity to shoot more and not thinking always to pass. It's normal at 18 years old when you knew you try not be selfish, you pass the puck more. But he's a great passer. He passed the puck very well. He have a great vision, by the way. And I think another area you need to get better is the decision maker, where he need to take a little bit quicker, faster, better, create his own open space, and create his own time with the puck. He's getting better, guys. And the reason I want to mention this because I have 2 videos for you to show how he is right now since he improved. Sometimes you maybe not see this because you're only watching the score or the goal of him, but I have another way to show to you why we like him more and more. First of all, on this play, guys, now he stride to the guy to steal the puck. That's what we see him. He's going to be at the red line. Go to see that again. And look how he speed all the way there. He challenge. He's engaged. He get there, and that's what we're looking for Slafkovsky. Then my other video, guys, is next one. On this one, yeah, is the puck protection division. Great pass all the way back. He's coming to go down over there. He's going to recover the puck. Look, he battled for the puck. He turned around and great pass to Jake Evans, and Evans showed the puck, or Armia showed the puck. And that's what Slafkovsky is for the Montreal Canadiens. And that's what I want to show to you is improvement about he's more engaged. He's not afraid anymore. And you can see how he go deep in the corner to recover puck. He uses his body. He have a great stick, and then he steal the puck. The second video, you can see now how he is open up and he get out on the hash mark, battle for the puck, pick the puck, and great pass to Armia. And Armia have another possibility to score, the scoring chance. So this what Slafkovsky for me is improved, and that's something Martin Saint-Louis possibly he should look about this. This guy complete my under the subject of the day. Let's move on for the last one of this episode. My last subject of the day, guys, is about the Rubik Cube of Martin Saint-Louis. What are you talking about, Coach? Yes, I build like, you know what, guys? What is a Rubik Cube? Have 6 sides of this. When you fix one, then you realize, wait a minute, the other side is not working. Oh, below doesn't working. And I want to show to you what is the Rubik Cube of Martin Saint-Louis. And this is what I want to explain. It did not difficult one side, but once you do, getting the other side done become more and more difficult. That's exactly what I just explained to you. The first one may be easy, but when you turn around after that, it's more complicated. And I want to show to you Martin Saint-Louis what it looked like is Rubik Cube. First of all, guys, is the fending a compliment to Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield. Oh, he got it. Could be that. We know what they are. We know Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield has 16 goals. Dak have 2 goals. That's 18 goals. And they scored 34 goals. So right now we have a compliment between those 3 players together. I think Martin Saint-Louis find one of his cubic very well. The second thing you need to work on it, finding a solution on the other line. This is not easy right now. We know the other 9 other forward does know very well. Most of the goals are coming from the first line. You need to find another solution to mix other players together and to be sure we get goal from the 3 other line. Number 3, this is the other side of the cube, is managing the roster puzzle. We know now it's not easy, right? Because you have every game right now, you need to put 3 players, unfortunately, out of the lineup. It's not always fun for the players. You can have some unhappy players, and it's something a coach does not like to manage every single day. So somehow, somewhere, you need to fix this. And I think one he can fix his cube is really can use a Jeff Gordon. Will be interesting what he's going to do for the next couple of days. The another side does not work, guys, is the managing the defense pairing. He made a couple of changes this weekend, and it does not work. The Harris Emerson have a very difficult time. They remove Kovacevic of the lineup. Whiteman came in the lineup. Does not work well with Jacky. So you need to figure out if that's something you need to manage maybe for the rest of the year. How he can helping this solution? Again, can use a Jeff Gordon. It's time to put Chris Whiteman out and put him on the waiver. And if nobody claim him, send him a Laval. I think we are good to go with the 4 rookies for the rest of the season, if you want to know my opinion. The next one I want to talk about this, it's another side. It's not easy right now, this one. Making sure players are developing. There's something you need to consider to do this. Every player progress and they develop. And I'm talking about the 23 years old younger, the Caulfield, the Suzuki. Part of this. Kirby Dak is another one of there. We have 6 players under 23 years old, plus Kovacevic, not much experience in NHL. So that's exactly 7 players. But I think it's a job for to be sure from the coaching staff of Martin Saint-Louis to have all of them develop every single day. Finally, below the cube, we need to fix this problem too. Is managing result and expectation. I think for being important right there, we have a couple of people, they understand the situation. And I'll give you an idea, guys. When the Montreal left the building or the ice Saturday night, when the final score was 6-4, you have 1,000 people, not 20,000, a couple of thousand people stay until to the end, give them a standing ovation to tell them how much they appreciate the effort but how much he was excited. And that's they are the real fans, where they understand the result and the expectation. They know Montreal Canadiens are not going to make the playoff, but they are what they're looking for. They want the team compete. They want the team to be excited to watching every single game. And so far, that's what Martin St. Louis and the rest of his players did every single time. So this is the Rubik Cube of the Martin St. Louis. I would like to hear a little bit more about what you think about what I did today. And I can wait to hear from you. Leave me a comment below this video. And that's complete, guys, all my subject today of the episode at Daily News. Here we go, guys. Josh Anderson, Juraj Slafkovsky, and Martin St. Louis Rubik Cube. 6 different things he need to work. Slafkovsky, it's time, Martin St. Louis. I know, Martin St. Louis, you watch my video every single day. Right, coach. All right, it's time to put him on the third line and put him on unit power play full time. Slafkovsky, finally. Of course, we talk about Josh Anderson suspended 2 games. And that's conclude, guys, this episode 172. Until my next one, we want to remind you, please subscribe, sharing this video, tell to your friends. We need more. We are about 150 subscribers to reach the 6,000 subscriber. And finally, please leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about my episode. Until the next time, of course, you have greatness inside of you. And we wish you an amazing, blessing day, everybody.